In the beginning, before I decided to do it, I was like, oh my God, like I'm going to lose clients. I'm not going to get as many clients. When people go to my website, they won't see an updated post from Instagram. People might think that I'm not doing it anymore. Those are some fearful things that I was thinking the first few weeks. Welcome to the Brows & Co. Show, your backstage pass to the world of brows, beauty, and business. I'm your host, Kechia Taylor, and I'm thrilled to have you with us for this weekly episode. Get ready to immerse yourself in the fascinating world of beauty trends, brow secrets, and the ins and outs of the beauty industry. Whether you're a beauty enthusiast, a business owner, or just curious about what goes on behind the scenes, you're in for a treat. So without further ado, let's explore the magic that happens when beauty meets business on the Brows & Co. Show. Welcome back to the Brows & Co. Show. I'm Kechia Taylor, CEO and franchisor of Brows & Company and your host of the Brows & Co. Show. Today, I want to talk about something just a little bit different today. And so many people have been asking me, hey Kechia, we don't see you anymore. You're not on social media. Let me start from the beginning. I have been absent from social media for about 6 months now. The last post I made on Instagram and Facebook was December 31st of 2023. Yes, New Year's Eve, when I took my staff out to celebrate and we had our end of the year holiday party, a thank you party for them being of service to Brows & Company, of service to the clients. We went out to celebrate. And that was the last post that I did. 1 month went by and that was fine. Nobody was checking. 2 months went by. Nobody was checking. And then the third month went by and people started texting me, asking me, how are you? How are you doing? What's going on? Nothing was going on at that moment in my life when January 1st, 2024 came. At that moment, I decided that I wanted to take a step back from social media and really dig into my personal life and my business life and see how I can fill these gaps and figure out what's going on so that I can be more innovative and grow my business. It wasn't like anything happened. It was just something that I decided. I wasn't thinking that until the first. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do social media anymore. I don't want to post on Instagram. I don't want to post on Facebook. And I don't know why I was feeling that, but every time I would log into the platform, I would just see so much bullshit. People claiming this and claiming that, and you can do this and you can do that. And I'm a real straight shooter type of person. I'm not going to lie to you about anything. If you can't do something, I'm not going to pretend like you can't do it. I'm not going to show you a lifestyle and tell you that you can get it overnight. That's just not me. And so every time I logged on, I would see these type of things. And yes, you can ignore them. But let's be real, it is kind of hard to ignore. So long story short, I got off of social media. That was January 1st of 2024. And it is now June of 2024 and I still have not come back to social media. Now, I have been on professional platforms like LinkedIn. I just post professional things and just stay up to date on what's going on. And occasionally I'll slip into TikTok because I like to get TikTok restaurant recommendations. And TikTok has never failed me as far as it came to restaurants. So I've been on TikTok looking for restaurants recommendations, and I've been on LinkedIn just to have the professional network, seeing what's out here beyond what I actually do and to network with other people. As far as Facebook and Instagram, no. That was a no for me. And I discovered a lot within 6 months. I discovered a lot about me, a lot about my business, a lot about my customers, just being off of social media. So the realization to me was I wanted to quit the noise. I did not want to have so much noise around me where I could not focus on the things that I wanted to do for me and things that I wanted to do for my clients. And this may be helpful to you if you own a business, or maybe it's helpful to you if you are just on social media all day and you feel like you're getting trapped in that social media realm. What I did discover is I did not need social media to grow my business. That's a news flash, people. You do not need social media to grow your business. Now, social media is helpful, and I do not want to say that you should not have it, because you should. It's a marketing tool. It's a tool. It's not your life. It's a marketing tool that can help showcase your business services and products. And if you're using it for personal use, staying in touch with your friends and keeping up to date with the trends in different markets. So I'm not saying that social media is a bad thing. I'm just saying that I, or me, my business personally, do not need and did not need social media to get ahead. Now, I know that probably hurts some people, but that's just the truth. And I'm still experimenting with not having social media, but and this is going to be a part two to this podcast episode, because I have to tell you all the things that I was able to accomplish in 6 months without having social media. And you will be shocked, because hell, I was shocked. Okay. I was shocked. And I'm like, all it took was for me to like delete the Instagram app. And then I get all of this accomplished. And granted, I wasn't one of them people who was constantly on social media, but it did affect some of the things that I was doing as a business, just personally. And I talked to other colleagues about this, and they were having the same type of feelings that I was having about social media. Let's get on with it. Making the decision to disconnect from social media, it really wasn't easy, right? I deleted the app, but I was still getting DM messages from people. I do work with other businesses and other people, and they like to DM because it's an easier way to get that message out to you really quick. And I had to say no to that. I had to say, okay, stop. Like, I don't want to get on social media at all. I don't want to go in the DMs either, because then you still subject to scroll and to look at other people's stuff and still get caught up in that web of social media. So I specifically asked those people and those businesses to email, and we can email back and forth. The app is deleted, all the notifications was deleted. And initially there was some hesitations when I first deleted the app. I kept picking up my phone looking for the app because I wanted to go on it. You can get very addictive to social media, and I didn't even know. So some days I'm just like picking up my phone and I'm just like looking at my phone, waiting for a DM or a message or something to pop up. And because I deleted the app, that was not happening. Initially, it was hard to detox from social media. I would say after 2 weeks, I totally forgot about it. I didn't care what anybody was doing. I didn't care about other businesses, what people was doing. I was just living my life, y'all. I was out here eating vegan ice cream and just having a ball with myself, rediscovering me and the things that I like to do without any kind of influence of social media. And as far as my business went, I was able to really tap into my clients and their needs. What do your clients actually want? and what do your clients actually need, and how can you give it to them and keep them happy and keep them coming back year after year in your business. When you are on social media every day and you're in that grind every single day and you're posting every single day, it is really hard to figure out these things about your clients. I had to step back to move forward, to do that deep dive into my business and into myself, into my personal life. It was a break free, stress free, anxiety free time. These last 6 months have been just amazing. And I don't know if it all had to do with social media, but I'm going to tell you a lot had to do with social media. Even like I said, I wasn't really a social media type of person, but it was still affecting my life in some kind of way because I was getting on it. If you feel like you may be acting different, or maybe you aren't living up to your full potential because of the things that you hear or see on social media, try deleting the app. Try deleting it, try to take a break from it, and step back and really take a look at yourself and your business and see what other things you can do to propel forward. So that is advice that I would love to give you. All right. So now let's talk about the detox experience and some of the challenges. In the beginning, before I decided to do it, I was like, oh my God, like I'm going to lose clients. I'm not going to get as many clients. When people go to my website, they won't see an updated post from Instagram. People might think that I'm not doing it anymore. Those are some fearful things that I was thinking the first few weeks. And midway through that, like when I got to like the fourth week, my phone was ringing more because I was actually doing more for myself and doing more for my business because I wasn't on social media. My personal growth, I was able to invest in myself and my personal growth in ways that I couldn't do prior. And I'm saying that because I know it's weird and I don't want to blame it on social media. I really don't. I really don't want to blame it on social media, but I'm just looking at where I was in the beginning of the year and where I am now. And the only thing that I did differently in my life was cut out social media. That was the one thing that I did differently. I'm just backing it up with some facts, right? Some different things that I had to reflect on. And like I said, social media is not bad. It's not bad at all. And I'm not saying that it's bad. And again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be on it. What I'm saying is it affects you in a way that you probably don't realize until you get off of it. So try it and see what kind of changes that you can make in your life if you're not on social media. And like I said, I've been on other platforms like LinkedIn because I love a professional network. And because I am a business owner, I like to network with other business owners and I like to network with other women in the industry. And LinkedIn was a great way for me to do that without being bombarded with so many different things coming at me as far as trendy things. I'm not a trendy girl. I do what works and I create strategies that's sustainable in my business. So I don't like those quick things that go out the door really fast. And to me, a lot of things on social media like have been doing that. Like how many brow phases we went through since Instagram, y'all. We had that Instagram brow, then we had this brow, then they was having like the fake microblading pen. Just can't deal with stuff like that. I mean, it's funny and it's entertaining, but I like a business that create long-term sustainability. And so I like long-term strategies and connections with my clients and having connections with my employees. Sometimes texting and DMing, it's just not cool sometimes. Yeah, that's the way of life. We all get used to it, but sometimes you need to have that personal connection with people too. That's one thing that I had to reflect on. And I don't ever want to lose that personal connection with people in general. My clients, I like to connect with my clients. I like to know what's going on with my clients. Are you getting married? Do you have a birthday? Are you having kids this year? And I feel like I can connect with them by talking to them, but I can't connect with them in that type of way with social media. Love on your clients, business owners, and make sure that you are there for them and that you are reaching out and you are talking to them and seeing what they need and what they want. And don't let social media drive your business to a point where you don't feel good about what you're doing. All right. So, some of the lessons I learned without having social media is definitely focusing on my clients, like I keep saying. So, focusing on my clients, focusing on myself, making sure that I prioritize myself. And as far as business, focusing on my website, my funnels, this podcast, and other things that I'm doing and how I'm presenting myself out here in the world to make impact. That has been my journey for the last 6 months. There is definitely going to be a part two, guys. It's going to be a part two. And I'll do the part two before the end of this month. Before the end of June, I'll release a part two to this. And I'll tell you all the wonderful things that happen within the 6 months not being on social media. I hope this episode was helpful to you, to someone that you know. If you're in business, I hope that this was helpful to you. If you are growing personally and you just kind of needed someone to tell you to step back a little bit so that you can move forward, I hope that I helped you in that kind of way. Until the next episode, I'm Kechia Taylor, CEO and franchisor of Browse & Company and your host of the Browse & Co. Show. I'll see you next week.